Good morning, students, and welcome back to another lecture on why the novel matters. In the previous lecture, we studied that Lawrence disapproves the popular belief about body being a vessel for mind, spirit, and soul. He gives his arguments that whatever is alive in me is me, that his body is as important as his mind, soul, or spirit. And he also tries to prove the superiority of a novelist to that of priest, philosopher, and a scientist. In this lecture, we will continue from where we had stopped previously and study Lawrence's views on why a novel is important than any other branch of study. Lawrence says in his essay, the philosopher, on the other hand, because he can think, decides that nothing but thoughts matter. As for the scientist, he has absolutely no use for me so long as I am man alive. To the scientist, I am dead. Lawrence says that philosopher only talks about the mind of a person. Similarly, the saint treats his body as something to be sacrificed, while the philosopher feels that only thoughts matter. And for a scientist, he thinks that a person is either a piece of a tissue, a gland, nerves, brain, etc. But nobody understands that an alive body is what is more important. Both the philosopher, the scientist, and the priest are only concerned with the bits and pieces of a man. They do not consider the whole being of a man to be alive or important. To quote Lawrence's words from his essay, Lawrence says that now I flatly deny that I am a soul or a body or a mind. The whole is greater than the part, and therefore I, who am man alive, am greater than any soul, spirit, or body, or anything else that is merely a part of me. Lawrence denies that he is just a soul, body, or mind. He argues that a whole man is much greater than a soul, body, mind, or bits and pieces of him. Lawrence stresses upon the wholeness of being or man to every bits and pieces of him taken singularly. A whole man, an alive man, a man alive, is life or living according to Lawrence, and an alive man is superior than a dead man under the microscope. For Lawrence, life is the most important thing. Anything that is alive is amazing. And so, for this reason, Lawrence says, I am a novelist. And being a novelist, I consider myself superior to the saint, scientist, the philosopher, who are all great masters of different bits and pieces of man, but never get the whole hog. Lawrence says that the saint, scientist, and the philosopher are all great masters, but they only cater to the bits and pieces of man. The saint improves the man's religious, moral, and spiritual needs. The philosopher satisfies the questions of the man, while the scientist studies the man under the microscope. He does not care much for a man alive. Lawrence says that poetry, philosophy, and science, these branch of study, only affects man in its bits and pieces. The poet, philosopher, or scientist only understand man in parts, but never the whole man. And that is why he has become a novelist. And he considers a novelist to be superior than a poet, a philosopher, a priest, and a scientist. The novel is one bright book of life. Books are not life, they are only tremulations on the ether. But the novel, as a tremulation, can make the whole man alive tremble, which is more than poetry, philosophy, or science, or any other book can do. According to Lawrence, novel is important than any other book because books are like thoughts or tremulations on the ether, and these tremulations become alive only when it is received by another man alive. Novel is important because it can make a whole man alive tremble. It has the capacity to influence man more effectively. Lawrence lays down few examples like Plato, Bible, Homer, Shakespeare. Lawrence says that the novel is a guide on how to live. It tells us what a man alive does and when a man becomes a dead man in life. The other books on science, philosophy, or poetry are vibrations on the ether because it affects man in bits and pieces. But a novel gives us an understanding of the whole of man. It can make the whole man tremble. Lawrence goes on to say that the books on science, philosophy, etc., they stimulate growth in a particular direction. Lawrence says that growing in one particular direction only ends in cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac means a route which leads nowhere. That is why Lawrence says we should ask for no absolutes or absolute, once and for all and forever. There is no absolute good. There is nothing absolutely right. All things flow and change, and even change is not absolute. Lawrence argues that there are no absolutes. Nothing is absolutely good and right, and all things have a flow and they change, and that change is important to him. To elaborate this more further, Lawrence says that nothing is constant, and if something is forced to remain constant, it loses its value and power along with the passing of time. He also says that there is only a constant flow and change, that a man today is different from what he was yesterday, and tomorrow he will be different from what he is today. A man who loves a woman, he loves her because of the constant change in her. Loving an unchanging person is like loving an inanimate object. And he relates this example with the novel. He says that one can learn about the importance of change from a novel. In a novel, the characters do nothing but live. But if they begin to act according to a fixed pattern, always remaining good or bad, the novel loses its life force. Similarly, a man in his life must live and not try to follow a pattern, or else he becomes a dead man in life. This is all for today. This is not the complete lecture on why the novel matters. I will soon post another video explaining the rest of the essay. Till then, thank you.